boys better hold on because I'm going to have to stand on it.
Welcome back to High, Wide, and Handsome Racing Podcast right here on the Arson Brothers Network. I'm Matt Klein, joined by my co-host, Mr. Michael Sizemore. How are you, sir?
Hey, what's up, guys? Seems like something's missing this week.
It feels like something's not here, yeah. And that would
It's-
be, of course, our normal third co-host, Mr. Sean Allen. He is tied up tonight. Unfortunately, couldn't join us.
As some of you know, Sean, know he is working on his PhD, and apparently he got real busy with a statistics assignment tonight. So, of course, that's way more important than doing this podcast. So we wish him all the best in that statistics class and all of his other collegiate endeavors. And congratulations on essentially being the first doctor in the Arson Brothers.
I know, man. It's amazing. And yes, absolutely. Wish him luck. I'm not envious of that statistics work
No.
by any means. But we are ready to dive in to some racing, some NASCAR, and we're going to start, of course, by looking back at all the action in Miami down at Homestead.
Down in Miami. It was a interesting weekend. First, this Xfinity race had a little excitement in it there.
Yeah.
And a little excitement on social media afterwards this week. Have you seen kind of the
I saw that. Carl Long.
Carl Long
Yeah,
had some
man.
work for Noah Gregson there?
He's firing those shots. I mean, well, we'll dissect this a little bit. Then, I mean, I'm in the David Starr did nothing wrong camp personally.
Yeah, I had to work that evening, and then after work we went to my wife's father's house to eat supper. So I didn't see the third stage. So I don't even know really what happened other than what I've seen in replays and on social media. And I mean, I saw the picture of the tire. If what they're saying that the tire was going down and was that in that bad a shape, I mean, how can you blame the guy?
Well, yeah, I mean, that was I don't think he had much control in the matter. It was just a fluke accident that happened to catch the leader. If it had been 2 seconds earlier, he'd hit the wall by himself. 2 seconds later, he'd hit the wall by himself, but it didn't. I certainly understand Noah's frustration.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, without question, I would, if I were in that situation, I'd be very frustrated as well. I understand both parties, but no, I don't really see how David Starr did anything wrong.
Yeah.
Does suck for Noah, though. He dominated that. Well, not dominated, but certainly came to the back and was really, really fast and looking well on his way to victory.
Yeah. But good day for a young driver that I like, and I like seeing him do well with Myatt Snyder.
Yeah, I thought Myatt getting that win was cool. I'm a fan as well. So
and, it's cool. Sucks for Reddick too. I mean, he got DQ'd.
Oh yeah,
he had a good run there.
Ran real good in that kind of lower budget car.
Yeah,
and then got the DQ. Never did hear exactly what was found, which often you don't. So
yeah.
And speaking of that, back to the Cup side, very odd this week. Would have been the pole sitter, quote, I guess you could say, but Denny Hamlin was lined up to start the race on the spot, and NASCAR visually saw something while they were walking pit road on his car that was illegal, and they had to fix it and go to the back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how that affected his finish at the end of the day, but I mean, that could have been what caused him to not do as well this week. But because I know a lot of people predicted that car to do real well at Homestead, to be a fast vehicle car, and it was. I mean, it looked fast, but
Myself
back,
included.
got more road to cover.
That he did. And just interesting. I'd love to know what that was. It was visually seen with the eye. You don't really hear of that ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do imagine it came into play for their day. Although brought it back up to an 11th place finish.
Yeah.
But still. And of course we have to speak William Byron. Bringing the 24, the old rainbow car back in victory. I do love that paint scheme.
I know. The 24 car wins, and we don't even have Sean here to talk about it.
I know. I gave him a little piece there. I figured he'd appreciate.
Little background memorabilia for Sean there.
That's
Yeah,
right.
our main Hendrick Motorsports Mark isn't even here to talk about this 24 going to victory lane.
Oh goodness. Larson, speaking of Hendrick, ran really well all day too. Really top 5 all day, just right there.
I thought he finished 3rd, but I guess it was actually 4th, wasn't it? When they
got it right here, 4th.
Yeah.
Truex
I mean,
3rd, Reddick 2nd, which we'll speak on Reddick, another great run. That man loves some Homestead.
Yeah, he does. I mean, it's his track. He won two Xfinity championships there.
Yeah, really good there.
Yeah,
that's cool to see.
And Byron, not a first time winner like we saw in the first 2 races this year, but still kind of an unlikely winner. Not somebody that
a second time winner.
Yeah,
not quite
hyped up to win this race.
I think kind of interesting season that we're off to here. And speaking of, Michael McDowell brought that home 6th. I mean, they were fast. Straight up, they were fast.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that team. They're killing it this year. It's like
they took all that Daytona money and said, let's get to work. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool to see.
Yeah. I love seeing it though. I mean, it's always cool to see that underdog team have a season like that, and if they can keep that up throughout the year and into the playoffs, it could really kind of change the game for them if they finish the year with a strong finish. The money they would get from that, and the money they get from a strong finish in the playoffs. I mean, that could really create a team that could be considered a power from years to come with with that kind of cash influx that they would get.
Oh, I agree 100%. And front row, I mean, they're far from new to the sport. They've been around a long time. They have several wins, along the way. So they've always sort of been right on that cusp.
Yeah.
And maybe it's that time. It's cool. It's fun to watch.
It is cool. Yeah, it was really exciting. So, I mean, one of the fun things about this season so far has been the unpredictability of it and the new faces that we've seen in like I said, this weekend wasn't a brand new face, but still a newer face that we see in victory lane every week so far. But now we're leaving Florida, so who knows what'll happen. Florida's a crazy place.
That's right. We've been in Florida for a solid month to start this season.
The home of Florida, man, you can't expect anything normal to happen.
No, exactly. Such as it looked like Chris Buescher might be the man to get his 2nd win. They were very fast in the middle of that race. Oh yeah, they won the first stage and was up there close to the top at 2nd stage, right? I think so. Yeah, definitely got that one win. Ended up down the list here, pretty far down in 19th, but I think it was some pit strategy or something got him there at the end, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, that car was really fast there at the the first stage, especially. Like, I mean, he was passing drivers that you did not expect him to be passing the way he was doing it, and just at one point he had like a 3-second lead. Yeah. And Roush brought 2 fast cars. Newman was in the top 10 all day. He brought it home 7th. Yeah, you look at the screen on there, and that number 6 Oscar Mayer car would be places you would not expect to see it most Sundays. Yeah, had the Wienermobile rocking. Yeah. Said, don't come a knocking. But so that's cool. I mean, Roush, it's crazy the fall that Roush has taken over the time from the super team. I mean, growing up, Jack Roush, that was one of the big name owners that you hear in the sport. But it's good. I'm glad they did well this weekend. It's good to see those guys kind of have a little glimpse of what they used to be. Yeah, I agree 100%. Harvick, another top 5. He's been top 10 every race, just doing what Harv does. Quiet right there, and I'm sure they'll be ready for a win here anytime. Yeah, could be this weekend. I mean, wouldn't surprise me at all. Fords tend to do well at Homestead the last couple of years. Yeah, Vegas kind of always been it's kind of always been a Ford track. From the moment '98 when Mark Martin started dancing with them showgirls, it's been a Ford track, baby. It's weird. So yeah, I'm sure Harvick will be fast again. Kurt Busch, another top 10 man. He's off to a solid start and won a race at Vegas last year. Yeah, so, very emotional win last year. I guess the fall race in Vegas. A lot of
lot of good feelings coming out of that race.
Yeah.
First win at his home track. So yeah, he could come back and perform well again this weekend as well.
Yeah, I'd say that one car will be quick. Chase Elliott didn't really perform I don't think as much as people would have expected at Homestead. I mean, ended up a top 15, which is solid. You'll have those days, but I saw a lot of people that had him way up their list.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Chase isn't the first guy I think of when I think of the mile and a half tracks, but he is getting better at them. Is becoming more of a well-rounded driver every year. So,
yeah, for sure on that. And then Daniel Suarez brought the track house on 15th, top 15 for that team. So that's cool.
Did it for old Pitbull, Mr.
Right.
Mr. Miami.
You know they got to perform in Miami.
Yeah, Pitbull quit paying them if they didn't.
That's right. And the other, I'll note Briscoe in 18th, which granted isn't much to note, but they ran terrible all day to even come back in the top 20 for the rookie of the race is an accomplishment. Briscoe off to a very slow start in the 14.
Yeah, he is. I expected a little bit of better performance out of him, but the season's still early. I mean, he is a rookie. It's we expect good things out of him because of the dominance he showed in Xfinity last year, but I guess you can't really compare Xfinity to Cup.
No, that learning curve. It's steep. Occasionally, you see someone who makes it not look non-existent, but I mean, most dudes it takes a solid year to really get under their belt. But I think we'll see some better runs out of Briscoe as the season progresses for sure.
And really, I mean, other than Harvick, the Stewart-Haas team, I mean, they haven't really performed like they were last year. I mean, I remember a stretch last year. Almirola was in top 5, top 10 every week, and of course Harvick was winning almost every week. And but this year, I mean, aside from Harvick, I don't think. I mean, Custer's had a couple good runs, I guess.
Yeah, Custer was real fast all day in Homestead, and then by the time he cycled out, he ended up 23rd. So they got to get their long run game better for sure. But yeah, absolutely. Like you said, other than Harvick, really, Haas not showing that big Haas status.
But we're only 3 races in.
Yeah,
takes a while to knock the dust off, I guess. Yeah,
and I mean, both Daytona races almost were a crapshoot, so to speak, as far as finish. I mean, you know, so we get the end of this stretch coming up.
I will say that I liked Almirola on commentary Saturday. What I got to see of it.
I agree. He did a really good job.
I think he did a pretty cool job there. Him and Kurt Busch, good team.
Yeah. I think Kurt does a pretty good job in the booth too. He's his style's a little different, I feel like, than even that. Well, kind of than anyone, but certainly when the drivers come in. Just I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it. How'd that leave our fantasy standings? Have you got to check?
I haven't looked at the overall standings. I know that I won this week.
Oh, big winner!
Yeah, that's right.
Well, congratulations.
Oh, thanks. Thank you. I don't even know who I put in, but maybe Reddick. Thank you, whoever it was that helped me out there.
Yeah, I had Reddick. He helped me out this week for sure.
Oh no, it was Byron. I took Byron. I had Byron on the bench.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was a
good
call. Moved him in for Logano.
Yeah, that was a good call. Here's our overall standings now. It looks like I'm still on the top.
All right.
Yeah, the Arson dad, my dad's still hanging in second. You're up to third now. Let's see, only 6 points out of second.
Oh, hey, I'm out of the basement at least.
And then the absent Mr. Sean, Professor Waldo, is behind you down. Looks like about 15 points, I think, 14.
Oh man, see, not only is he not here to gloat about the 24 winning, he's not here for me to gloat about finally being ahead of it. That's more important than anything.
That's why he's not here. Really,
it's me getting to rub it in the fact that I am doing better than he is for once. Yeah, it probably is. Yeah, he's not even taking statistics. Trying to figure out the statistics to beat me next week. Ain't gonna happen. 0% statistics.
Oh, Larry Max Trend said, nah. Oh. But yeah, so, well, that sort of leads us in to the upcoming week as we'll be picking our fantasy team. We play, of course, on through the NASCAR.com fantasy.
Yeah.
Have you ever looked at your overall where you stand in the world?
No, because I imagine it's like 900 millionth.
Well, I'm not quite that bad, but it's not much better. I'm currently 43,930th.
All right. Well, not got too far to go to the top.
I'm working my way up, man. All right, but Vegas coming up. Viva Las Vegas. I like Vegas pretty good, man.
Yeah. I mean, as far as the those type of tracks go, it's not one of the worst. I don't mind it at all.
Yeah. Well, that said, I'll give you the top pick. Who you got this week?
As we discussed earlier, I feel like Ford's has been running real well there. So I'm going to go with the last year's spring race winner. I feel like this guy is due. I feel like he's been on the cusp of doing well, except for this last weekend, which he didn't do all that well. But I think Logano is going to pull it off again this week.
I should not have gave you the first pick.
Oh, dang. It's still yours, huh?
You took it.
How would do.
I don't blame you. That's a good pick.
Yeah.
Logano, he honestly almost always performs at Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah, I was looking at some of the, as we mentioned, Fords have done well, but Team Penske's done real well there too. I mean, him and Keselowski both have a few recent wins there. So,
yeah, I'm looking at some Larry Mack data, if you will. And throughout the last 7 races, Joey is the top driver.
Yeah.
So,
but that doesn't mean anything. I mean, if you'd ask anybody before this last weekend, Hamlin was the top driver going into Miami. I mean, who dominated down there frequently, and Gibbs Racing is, another team that had dominated that area. So if you didn't pick Hamlin, you might want to pick Busch or Truex, and none of them won it.
No.
So trends help sometimes they don't.
Exactly.
The way this season's going, it's more they don't than they do.
It really is, man. And all right, with that said, all right, I'll play you at your own game. Because I'm going to pick a man who runs pretty good at Vegas, and boy, do they need a run because they are struggling. I'm going to be honest, like worrisome struggling so far. Granted, it's circumstances, but you look down that point standings and it hurts. But I'm going to say Matty D comes through with that win.
Yeah, this year, I mean, last year, at least after the break, I know Matty D had some really good runs. I feel like this year he hasn't really. Early on in Homestead, he was looking good, but there at the finish, didn't look so good on paper at the end of it. I feel like he's due.
They almost have to have a good run this week if we're kind of being honest.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to, but they are. Let's see. Currently 34th in points, which is not good.
No.
With they have a total of 14 points.
Yeah. But as a driver, knowing that you're losing your job at the end of the season, like even before the first race starts, you're not going to have a job with this team anymore. I feel like it's hard to be inspired as a driver to go out there and perform each week, which I guess, you need to because you're pretty much auditioning for another team every week.
Yeah, I guess that's the probably real burn behind, but I feel you completely. I thought that when they made that announcement, we sort of all figured it was going something of that route, as much as I kind of hated to see it. I'm sure you as well, but I'm like you. If you're Matt D, you're in that lame duck position that you see. You see it often, but usually it's for a month or two at the end of the season that you know that. But he's for a year and a half basically because they announced that super early last year. Yeah,
I feel like at one point it was almost they were going to switch this year, but then I guess they decided to keep Cindric in the Xfinity one more year and give.
The rumor said that the actual Wood brothers threw a fit about it to keep Matty D. Obviously I don't know, but I kind of hope that's true.
Yeah, me too. Hope Leonard's like, you know what? We're keeping this kid. He's good.
So we don't need you, Roger Penske.
We very much do need you and your money.
They do. They very much do, unfortunately. But yeah, I think Matty D, I think they'll at least get that top 10 run and some points this weekend. But I'll pick him for the win. I certainly hope he pulls it off. That'd be real sweet.
I looked earlier because as we've talked about a couple of times, I normally make a bet on FanDuel because
yeah.
I have the FanDuel app and you just put $5 on somebody. But they don't have Las Vegas up yet, so I was wanting to see who had the highest odds of winning. I imagine it's going to be probably Logano will be have the lowest odds, like the lowest payout, I guess.
Right. They have them up on the just because I literally had it here on the NASCAR Fantasy. I don't know how they transition as far as to DraftKings, but it's got Truex as the top.
Oh, okay. Wow. Would not have expected that.
And then in the tier behind him, Harvick, Logano, and Keselowski all fall the same.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Truex runs good there, but I probably would have put him down a rung had I been the odds maker.
Well, Truex is set out to prove us wrong because at the beginning of the year, we kind of predicted him to have a fall off season. And then this last week, top 3 there?
Yeah, they ran good at Homestead. Apparently, there's tension between him and Hamlin. If you saw it there, he was saying Hamlin was blocking him or tried to pull that move, which I mean, I guess arguably he did. I don't have much say in it, but apparently there's some trouble in paradise over there. Martin always is mad at someone over stupid things.
Oh, Joe Gibbs put his grandson in that car.
He will. He gladly will. So, I don't know. Martin, he gets fired up, and it often seems for nonsense. I'm sorry, but it's true. But, yeah, that's kind of going to about do it for us this week. You got anything else?
Nah, that's about it. Excited for another full weekend of racing. Get the trucks back this week. So, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all weekend long. Sit around and watch some racing.
That's what we like to do.
Oh, love it.
That's right. All right. Well, we'll be back on the same bat channel here next week, the Old Arson Brothers Network. Give us a subscribe. We got lots of cool stuff coming up soon and throughout the year, even some stuff planned all around. And check us out on Arson Brothers Entertainment on Facebook, Instagram, all those things. High, Wide, and Handsome. We're on Instagram. We post a few things here and there, some old pics and stuff.
Matt keeps those social media things rolling. I mean,
I try.
The rest of us, we just sit around and watch. He kills it, though.
I try.
The Instagram's real cool. I mean, there's a lot of pics that end up on the inside I've never seen before. So, yeah, if you're on Instagram, definitely check out High, Wide, and Handsome on there.
I think it's high.wide.handsome.pod. All the links are down in the description, though. All right. Well, Science has been real. It's been fun.
Yeah, been a good time.
We'll be back. See you next week for more High, Wide, and Handsome.